Hi, so this is my first YouTube video and I thought I would introduce myself. I'm Sam. I am a mother of 3. I'm 55, so currently going through what a lot of women are going through, which is the menopause. I work in a nursery, which I love. And I'm also a yoga teacher. I only qualified last year, so 2025. And since then I've been doing lots of learning. I love learning, and I have done some pregnancy yoga training with a wonderful lady. My yoga training was with a wonderful lady, so Natalie Wilhelm of Live Love Yoga, and Sally Parks of Sally Parks Yoga taught me pregnancy yoga and mother and baby yoga. And I've loved my training, and I've gradually reduced my hours at the nursery and started teaching yoga. Sorry, this is my cat, Dilly. She will probably appear in most of my videos because she comes onto my yoga mat all the time with me and basically follows me everywhere. We rescued her. She was living feral. And she had a little kitten that sadly passed away. Anyway, the reason for this is I keep getting these words into my head called Operation Life, because a few years ago I had a bit of a mental breakdown. My anxiety was really high, I was extremely stressed, and I spoke to my mum and my partner, my husband, my wonderful husband, and also a really great friend of the family who I have known since I was a child, who's now in her 80s. And I sat down and spoke to her, and she said, look, you just have to make some adjustments in your life and think about yourself rather than people pleasing and saying yes to everything, which is what I've always done. So I thought, you know what, you're right. So I'm very lucky because I have a very understanding boss who is also really great. And so I've done my teacher training for yoga, and I thought I must be brave, so I started teaching. That's the hardest thing, especially when you're suffering with anxiety. It's actually putting yourself out there, a bit like this, feeling very vulnerable. However, it's a good thing. So Operation Life, in my head, I weigh about 10.5 stone. So I'm not like really obese or anything like that, but I am carrying a little bit of extra weight. My strength is not great, although with my yoga it's fine, but I know that I've got a little bit of like bingo wings, if you want to call them. So my diet, although it's not horrendously bad, could be a lot better. And I've been doing lots of reading and research. I love to learn all the time. And ultra processed food is a big thing that is coming about, but Professor Tim Spector, I think that's his name, of Zoe Foods is a big inspiration of mine, as are people like Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, Jamie Oliver, Mary Berry, all those kind of chefs, but that are trying to teach you to cook real food rather than eating stuff out of a packet. So we are definitely moving towards being, you know, trying to be UPF, ultra processed food free, and just eating real foods, but also exercising. So started up, I know it's January, New Year's resolutions and all that, but I started doing some strength training with dumbbells and weights, just to add into my exercising. I walk a lot, and I obviously do a lot of yoga. And so this is kind of my diary to myself, if you like. If it appeals to people, it does. If it doesn't, you know, hey, it's kind of a record. I also felt I needed to be accountable for what I do. And so this is going to be kind of be my record of the rest of my life, really. I want to live to a grand old age and see my grandchildren. I haven't got any grandchildren yet, but I'm hoping to have grandchildren, or great grandchildren. I want to see them grow up, and I want to do that with a healthy brain and a healthy body. one thing you probably don't know about me is that I very nearly died when I was 16 years old. I had something called Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS, which was really scary, and I was in intensive care. And it has always made me a lover of life. I don't want to spend my life sat in a chair watching television, seeing other people's lives. I don't want to do that. I want to live my life. So this is kind of my record of it. I'm going to put it out there. So I weigh 10.5 stone. I don't know what my waist is, but I think it's about 35, 36 inches. But let this start now. Let's be accountable. A couple of other things. Want to be debt free. Still got a bit of debt. Not much, but I still have a bit of debt. Want to be debt free. So I'm going to be working on that as well. Operation Life definitely involves finances and making sure I've got some savings behind me for when I retire, which I want to retire in 5 years' time when I'm 60. So, you know, that's what I'm kind of looking at. Whether I can do that or not, I don't know, but that's what I'm hoping to achieve. And I think it's always good to have goals. So I want to do that. I want to do some more traveling, and I can't do that without some savings. So, and I want to declutter my house so that if and when I do part this earthly plane, I don't leave my children or my husband with like a whole load of cluttered up stuff. And my house isn't horrendously bad, but I do have some clutter, and my attic is full of stuff. So Operation Life kind of involves all of that. It includes paperwork, it includes just loads of crap. So every day I want to do something to make my life better. And I hope to record that and put some videos up and share it with you. And I hope that you share what sort of things you're going to have in your Operation Life. So let's do it together. See you later.